Horoscope World. It's Nicole from Confident Foundation, and welcome. Happy morning to you all. I just wanted to first I'll say hi to all the replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Whether it's on Twitter or Catch, you can still share this with your followers, and you can still, by swiping the screen up or sideways, and you can also still give me lots of hearts, which is awesome. I love hearts. They just make me happy. I go heart crazy on here just when I'm watching anybody because I just like to watch them. They're super cute. So, good morning. So, one of these days I'm going to find a good place to do this. Here we go. All right. So, if you guys didn't know, St. Patrick's Day is this week. The reason that St. Patrick's Day is kind of cool for our family, or at least I want to make it kind of cool for our family, is that I'm actually descended from Irish princesses, for real. There's several people in our family who like to do the genealogy thing, and on my dad's dad, so my, what is it called, paternal grandpa, he found out that in his family he was half Irish and half Spanish. So he found out, somebody did the genealogy from their family, and he found out that we are descended from Irish princesses. So that's pretty cool, right? On my other little interesting tidbit, someday I'll really get better about rambling, but I'm kind of like this in real life, so maybe not. On my mom's side of the family, we are actually descended from Prince John, like the bad one in Robin Hood, which is funny. So I don't so much claim that, but since my grandpa was half Irish, that obviously means that, do some math. Dad's a fourth, I'm an eighth, my kids are 1/16. So, considering a lot of people, especially in the United States, are just kind of all mixed together these days, I figured that that's actually, that's enough heritage to celebrate, and it's cool. Like I said, being descended from Irish princesses. So, I was telling Amber, and she's like, oh, we're royalty? And I was like, well, we have like all the blood in your body, probably like 2 drops of it are royal. But that's cool, right? I'll still say that we're princesses, kind of, sort of. Anyways, so we've never really done anything for St. Patrick's Day, probably because until this year, I never really found anything that I liked. Hi, everybody who's joining in. If you give me your name, I'll give you a shout out if you put it in the little chat box. Remember to give hearts and share it with your people once I get to the important stuff. So anyways, I've always wanted to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but I never was really sure what to do. And because honestly, guys, I don't like corned beef cabbage. It's kind of gross, and my husband really doesn't like it. And if you love it, I know it's a lot of people's favorite dish ever. And if you love it, I'm sorry, but I guess that part of my heritage didn't go down. I'm also, my grandma is full-blooded Italian. Like her parents were immigrants from Italy. So, I mostly have Italian in me, which is why you see me talking like this all the time, and why I'm loud and crazy, and also why, that I love probably pasta more than I love corned beef and cabbage. Anyways, that's what I'm blaming it on. So, this year, I've gotten lots of really good ideas from lots of different places, and in case you guys wanted to get some good ideas, I wanted to share them, so I'll do that real fast, try to keep it short and quit getting distracted. So, the one that's, an obvious one is to wear green. So we're actually going to do that this year because that's just kind of fun. And then the second one that I actually saw from a scope, and I wish I would have written down who it was so I could give you a shout out. I think her name was Jessica, but I'm not sure. But she was one of my scope mama girls, and I'm following her. So if you go to my followers, you might be able to find her. But she said that they always do green milk. Like, she just puts food dye in, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And at first I was trying to get all super cool. I was like, oh, I could maybe puree some baby spinach and put it in there. And I was like, honestly, my kids would probably figure that out. I'll probably just go ahead and do a couple drops of food dye. It's fine. It's special occasions. I'm very much, if you know me, I'm very much middle of the road. It's you have organic-y people here, then you have, oh, we don't care about processed food here, and then, or maybe there's more people like me, but I'm very much I'm right here, and I'm totally okay with food dye on special occasions, but most of the time we try not to have it. So I'm just, so for special occasions, I'm all about, the sugar and the candy and the treats and the food dye and just go all out, but then, the rest, exactly, I'm totally in everything in moderation. Everything, because you can get up and harp all day long about stuff, but I mean, I could get up and yell about certain things that I might have problems with, but at the same time, I'm not a stranger to eating my cookie in a cup at night. And so I'm fully aware that sugar is also not so good for me. But if you do everything in moderation as special treats and, here and there, I have no problem with it. I think it's fine. I think it's great. So, and hi, Rebecca. It looks like you might be getting kicked on and off, according to my little follower screen, but I'm so happy you came in. Yes, no, you're still there. The follower again, I'm always like, oh, you're here, yay! Thank you for coming. And I loved your scope. I'm so glad that you finally did one. Oh, so, good. Awesome. I shared it. It was a really good one. Very good. I actually did a post like eons ago about lonely stay-at-home moms, and yeah, and your tips were basically my exact same ones that I had to figure out as a new mom in an area where I didn't know anybody, and oh, it was rough, especially as an introvert or an extrovert. I'm an extrovert, and so continually having to move to new places and not knowing anybody and not knowing where to go or what to do, and being at home all the time, it was hard. It was a hard couple first years until I figured things out. Anyways, so St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to do Lucky Charms. My kids love Lucky Charms. That's another thing that it's like, okay, you guys have to have a healthy breakfast. You can't have Lucky Charms before school every day, but, every once in a while, it's a special treat, and they'll actually sometimes have it, as their dessert at night, because they like it so much. So I told them I'd buy them a box of Lucky Charms, although actually I do the generic one in the bag, and I don't know if I have any Jim Gaffigan fans, but you guys will probably hear me talk about him a lot, because I quote him all the time. I think I even just said this when I was doing my organizing scope the other day, but we get the ones in the bag. He's like talking about cereal and how many different kinds there are, and he's like, have you ever seen the cereal in a bag? It's like it's homeless. Someone get that cereal a box. So anyways, that's the cereal that I'm going to get. It's the generic stuff. They don't know the difference, and I'm all about saving money when it's good. And I mean, yeah, especially when it's processed and sugar. I mean, what's the difference between the brand name processed sugar and the bag processed sugar? So we're going to get them Lucky Charms, green milk, wear green. And then the one thing that I'm super excited about is I saw on my one thing that they caught a leprechaun. Like that was their yearly tradition. They set up a leprechaun trap. And there was like a craft that they put together as a family, and then they baited it, and then they put it out that night, and so it's almost kind of like a tooth fairy thing, but with like a craft element. And so then that night that the gold makes the leprechaun sneak in, and then he gets trapped in the trap, and he turns to stone or to like whatever. And I was like, oh, that's the cutest thing ever. And my kids, neither one of them believe in anything. Like we don't. It's really funny. We do all of the things, but they know it's me, even though they're 8 and 5. My 5-year-old got in trouble at preschool because he was going around telling everybody who Santa really was this year. So the principal had to talk with him and be like, there's a lot younger kids than you. And then lots of people were asking me about Santa, but that's a whole different scope about why they know right away, but then we still do it. But so I told them about this, and they're both like, yeah, the leprechaun, but I mean, it's fun. So, but leprechauns are hard to find, and they're really expensive. And I found a super, super, super cute, like, bendable Etsy one, but it was like 20, yeah, and I'm totally fine. It's another one of those things where I'm also like, I'm just very much like, whatever works for you guys is fine. And we had the talk, and even with like adults, I had some adults like raising their eyebrows at me when they were like asking my son about Santa, and he would be like, there's not, it's mommy. And they were just like, oh, like, because he looks, I mean, he's pretty small for his age. So I was like, and so I told him, I was like, sweetie, I was like, if people ask you about Santa, please just tell them, yeah, I'm super excited, I was like, don't tell kids, each family has to make their own decisions about when they want to do stuff. So both of my kids had to have the don't, this is what our family believes, but don't go wrecking anybody else's world and dreams and magic. But so mine don't, they know that I'm Santa and the Tooth Fairy, and we don't do the Easter Bunny, but that's also a whole different scope. We do Easter baskets and we do Easter egg hunts, but Easter's about Jesus, so I don't even talk about the Easter Bunny. There was never been any Easter Bunny. Again, totally different. Some friends of mine don't even do Easter baskets because they feel like it should only be about Easter and no treats. Some friends do everything, including the Easter Bunny. That's cool. Whatever works for your family. It's whatever. Everybody's different. Every family's different. And I used to be kind of like, but totally not anymore. Just do what works for you. What makes you guys happy. and what makes you happy. And there's so many different ways to follow God and be doing the right thing. But no, like a leprechaun, super hard to find. So I was so excited when I came up with this brilliant idea, because leprechauns are gnomes with orange beards. Hi, Rebecca. So I found this cutie little guy at the dollar store for $1, and I'm totally gonna make him a leprechaun with this. So I'm just gonna take it and so this is gonna be our little leprechaun that gets trapped. We're gonna take a Amazon Prime box and we're gonna paint it to look like a mountain. So their craft for today, so they're just gonna take a big box and they're gonna paint it all green, and then put flowers and stuff on there, and then we're gonna put we have fool's gold in our collections, my rock collection and stuff, and so we're gonna put fool's gold underneath, and then we're gonna put gold glitter leading up to it, and it's gonna be so fun. And then I always go in and check on him at night, and then I'll just switch it out and he'll turn to stone. And yeah, at first Amber was just like, you bought one from the store, and I was like, shh, 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 shh. And so then I actually started telling him the story about how I was like, yeah, it's like the leprechaun. He's gonna see the glitter and he's gonna go, ooh. And he's gonna walk over and he's gonna say, oh, gold, because it's gonna be underneath the trap. And then he's gonna go inside the trap, and then he'll say, oh, fool's gold, I've been tricked. And then it'll slam shut. And we're also gonna put green glitter on the outside because that's the magic that turns him to stone. And then, yeah, we'll have these guys. And I was like, that's the cutest idea ever. And then we'll have these to put, like, I'm planning on putting them outside. I'm planning on always getting, like, outside garden stuff, like outside gnome garden stuff, turning it into leprechauns, and then putting it in our garden when we get a garden. I think it's the funnest idea ever. And it's not hard either, which, yeah. And it's like, yeah, I like stuff I love traditions. Traditions are awesome, and I think that every family should have as many traditions as possible for their kids. And this is such a fun way to celebrate being an Irish princess. And if you don't get why I am calling myself that, you'll have to watch the replay. But I'm gonna go, yes, I'm about to go have a prayer play date, and I need to do a blog post on prayer play dates and why you should have them, and why having them about every week when we can meet has changed my life. For real, for literally changed my life and my friend's life, and it's just been amazing, guys. So amazing. So maybe just really, really fast. So a prayer play date basically is me and one of my best friends here. One thing that we really loved about our mom's group, the first year that we were in it, is we just had this amazing table. And it was just, all of us were just dealing with a lot that year. And there was just we had an amazing mentor who was just so in touch with Jesus. And there was just this openness and this vulnerability. And we were able to tell each other stuff that we normally wouldn't have been comfortable telling anybody else, and pray for each other. And like, it seemed like at the end of every single thing, we were just all in tears, like happy and sad tears and just all the tears. So it was awesome. And then the next couple of years, our mom's group was still amazing, but it got really busy and a lot of stuff got added in, and we kind of missed that. And we were at tables where we really loved the people, but maybe there just wasn't that instant connectivity, and stuff. And so me and my one friend especially, we were just like, man. And then when we were sharing our hearts, we ended up having a really similar situation in our lives that's very personal and that we really can't talk about, outside of maybe like one person who totally understands and will just pray for you about it. And so we were talking about we missed it, and I was like, why don't we just get together? Why don't, we have kids who love each other that are the same ages. They can have a play date, and we can sit there and pray and unburden ourselves and be open and real and honest and vulnerable with each other, because we know that we're going through the same things. So, and we've been doing that for over a year now, and I love her, and it's been amazing. And just seeing, God's answers to prayers and stuff, it's the best thing ever, you guys. You need to do it. And if you don't have somebody, before we started, we didn't know it, but we were both praying for God to bring somebody into our lives that we could share with and pray with, and basically like a Jonathan for ourselves, like a true friend, one that's not going to stab you in the back or go and gossip all your business that you're not wanting anybody else to know, or that no one else should know. Because I've had just things in the past that have happened where I was just kind of like, I really need this, but I don't know if I can get it, and I don't know if I have it, if I can trust it, but I really need it. And so, but God is good, and he answers. And I prayed for a Jonathan for just a couple of weeks after a service at Grace here that was talking about having a Jonathan and being a Jonathan. And God brought me my Jonathan, and I love her to death. And we're about to go have our prayer play date here in just a little bit. So I need to wrap up, go have my prayer play date, and then get back to my, still doing the Diet Coke stuff, guys. But it's cool. I'm actually going to be doing my DIY. And now, see, I'm just all over the place. This is how my mind works, though. This is why I can't sleep at night, because I'm like, this to this to this to this, which leads to that, which leads to that, which leads to that, But I'm going to do, so I don't drink Diet Coke, but my mother-in-law does. So, that's all she drinks. So I told her that I had a really hard task for her the other day, and that she had to empty these Diet Coke pretty bottles for me. But I'm running the campaign, but we also had an open spot for social shares and for the DIYs. And I don't usually DIY, but after running the campaign, these bloggers are amazing. They have done the most beautiful things. So I have the coolest idea. I'm going to take these. They're so pretty, you guys. They're such pretty bottles. They're glass. And I got wire. And I got beads that match the bottles so pretty. And I got pliers. And I'm going to turn them, because lots of people use them for vases, and some of them use them for jewelry hangers. And I'm like, I can do both. So I'm going to make wire flowers out of this is my thing. I'm not really a very DIY person, so this is my envisioning. We'll see if it really happens. I'm going to try to make like flowery, cuticly thingies to be pretty, and then hang jewelry off of it. Don't you think that'll be pretty? Maybe, maybe not. And then fairy lights. I didn't even know about fairy lights, and I'm so excited. Oh my word. They're run off of batteries, and they're like this thin, super thin metal, and these ones I found are silver, and it has little tiny white lights, and I'm going to wrap it around the bottles, and it's going to be for Amber, so it's going to be like this little fairy garden that will double as a nightlight that will hold her jewelry, and I'm so excited. But I really hope it turns out good, because I'm not so good at the craftiness. But I totally copy other people's, so I'll let you know how it turns out. Wish me luck, because yeah, since I'm also running this campaign, I really want to do a good job. So that's my other project for later on today, and I have to finish up all the. Oh yeah, I need to go, guys. You ladies have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you, sweetie. I'm praying for you too. I sent you back a big old email. If it makes no sense, I wrote it when I was having insomnia last night. So just look past the Nicole not sleeping and then get the heart of what I was emailing you. Oh, well, that's fine. I think maybe we were on the same wavelength, because I understood yours great. And then I wrote my back and I was like, I really should have waited till the morning to write back to her about something like that. Oh, well. All right. You guys have a great day, and I will see you, later on today or tomorrow. I will be doing another blogging scope for how to write an awesome review, because I have my amazing, beautiful, talented contributors, and I'm training them, and I'm noticing a lot of blogging stuff on Periscope, and so I was like, I will train my girls and help other people, train everyone at the same time. So today or tomorrow, if you're interested in blogging, how to do good reviews, and I might even get into why reviews are different from sponsored posts, and why sponsored posts are different from posts with affiliate links, and also how each different kind of review should be written differently. So tune back in, maybe today, maybe not. Also, my makeup and wake up will currently be on hold, because apparently I was being really loud and crazy and waking people up before they were ready to get up. I kind of got in trouble about being that way. So it's going to be on hold until people start being up at a normal time, which not going to talk about that. But when we hit our own house and our own normal routines, which we haven't had for 3 years now, which will be so amazing, then I can start doing stuff on a consistent basis. But for now, I have to hide in my bedroom when random people aren't around so that I cannot be annoying. Because I can see how this might be annoying to anybody but you guys, because I love you, and you love me, and you're weird like I am. So, no, but, you know, to other opposite personality types, Rebecca, you know what I'm saying? That's sometimes the over talkative loudness, small chitty chat doesn't work so good with the opposite personality type. Cause some problems. But now I'm scoping in the secret. So that it's not a problem. So anyway, so we're not going to be, I'm giving up the routine until later. But, all right, you girls are amazing. Go out and have an amazing day being beautiful you. And I will talk to you soon.